Greetings. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. We are advancing on a purpose in this 30-day challenge. That's right, 30 days. We are going live for 30 days straight so you can advance on a purpose. So let me give you a little bit of housekeeping, and generally we're going live for 30 days straight. We are on day 6. Generally, that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to change that up for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, but you'll get that information in plenty of time. But welcome. We are live, and I am excited to be before you today. And so, yesterday we delved into the art of communicating as a leader. And as you can see on the screen, we talked about clarity, emotional intelligence, and listening actively. If you missed any of that, please go back and watch the replay. You can do that from my business Facebook page, or you can catch it live, or not live, but you can catch it on YouTube, and that's at MDW Solutions. So either the business Facebook page, or you can catch it on YouTube. Please go back. All the days are there for you, because the reason we're doing this is because we want career women to be able to advance on purpose. We do not want to hold anything back from you. We want you to know all the insider secrets, the little things, the little tweaks that you may need to do here and there. And we want you to be able to come out authentically who you are. And so today we are coming from the aspect of illuminating your communication patterns, and how that's going to help us to either communicate effectively. It's going to help us to mend any broken links within our professional lives. And somewhere along the way, you'll get a little bit for your personal life as well. So this is not always solely about our professional life. Some of these things definitely transcends into our personal life as well. So let's do a quick roll call, and definitely please let us know who you are, where you're watching in from, whether you're watching this live, whether you catch this on a replay. We definitely want to be able to acknowledge you. We want to be able to say, hey. So between myself, between my team, we do go back and look through the comments. If there is something resonating with you, please let us know. Be specific and let us know what that is. If you have any questions, you can drop those in the comments as well. I will be there to answer them. But this is for the career woman wanting to advance. So I also want to make sure that I am giving you what you have need of. And so let me know that, definitely. And again, if that's live or if that's in the replay, I would love to know that. And I see you, SDS Jenkins. Hey, nice to have you. And definitely so. Let's go ahead and jump in. I know that, and if you've seen this, you know I'm going to tell a story. If you're interested in my story, please go back to day 1. And you can see that story. The reason why we tell stories is because stories help us. Stories help us to see where we are, to see where we can go, to also know that we are really not in this alone. And sometimes we may feel like we're alone, but we really aren't. And so that's why I tell stories. Note, I am a coach, so I take confidentiality extremely, it's personal. So if I tell you that your stuff is going to remain confidential, I am going to make sure that that happens. I've also been in the leadership realm for 20 plus years, and I know I don't look over a day older, 30 maybe. Okay. 30 maybe. I probably was going a little too, yeah, okay. All right. All right. I'll look a day over 40. Can I get that? Can I get that? Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right. I'm not gonna put anybody on the spot. So, no, when I am telling, if I am telling my story, it is just what it is. But if I am telling someone else's story, I am definitely not using your name, and I'm tweaking it just a little bit because I would never want someone to feel as though I outed them. And confidentiality is extremely important. So I'm going to tell you a really quick story, and this story is about a lady named Kim. And so Kim's a project manager, brilliant at her job. The lady knows her stuff, but she wasn't getting promoted. Key thing, wasn't getting promoted, knew her stuff. Despite her technical expertise, she often found herself in heated discussions with team members, sometimes bosses. How many of you know that person where some may say it's passion, some may just say that you are just argumentative? Just depends, but do you know that person? So she was puzzled and frustrated until she actually really kind of took that step back to really see, well, how am I coming off? And so upon her introspection, she realized that assertiveness often bordered on aggression and created kind of sort of unnecessary tension in the whole entire team. So by recognizing this, Kim was able to consciously adapt her communication style, and that improved her relationship with her colleagues. And eventually, and it wasn't immediately, but eventually that led to a promotion. And so the story of Kim just shows there can be setbacks, there can be some roadblocks, but you don't have to let that stop you. Through the art of introspection, we can identify and rectify the little barriers that hold us back. And so, with that, if you've been with me, I'm going to give you 3 points. And so, our first point of the day is self awareness. And self awareness begins with the practice of really a reflective observation. It's about stepping back and viewing our actions, our decisions, our emotions as if we were a third party. And the vantage point helps us examine the motives and the thought processes behind our actions. And let me give you a really quick insight. So I remember when, way back in the day, I hated, and when I say hated to be late, I hated to be late. I think I could probably feel my husband somewhere saying, yup, yup, that's her. So, but I got better. So, but back in the day, I was with my daughter and we trying to get to church on time and we were late. Mm, y'all, now you did hear me say I was trying to get to church on time, right? I blew up. Where now she's probably when if she watches this, she's gonna probably I'd love to see what her comments her comments, but I'm letting you know, like, okay, so I saw myself. I couldn't stop myself in a moment, and we're talking about 15, 20 years ago, maybe more of like 15 years ago. I saw myself in a moment. And in the moment, I just could not catch myself because I just didn't want to be late. It was important to me, but I spazzed out. And so when I left church, I vowed to that young lady that that would not be me henceforth, no, forevermore, that I would actually take into account stuff happens, do better with your prep time, all of that. But what I wasn't going to do was kirk out like a crazy person, going to church nonetheless, kirked out like a crazy person. But it took me looking at the situation, recognizing my fault. I did not have to do that. I could have controlled, and if y'all had been listening to me about emotional intelligence and everything else, control that. But I chose not to. But in that moment, once I really started to think about that and see how I was, I literally corrected that. And hopefully she can attest to today that she has never seen that person again. But with self awareness, it's important. You need to think about patterns, you need to recognize them. You're talking about the next level. If you're trying to go to the next level, notice any reoccurring patterns, behaviors, habits, triggers. Do you always react defensively? I know y'all know that person. You say something and it's like, oh, I didn't do that. That's not what I meant. And I wish I could see you all. But seriously, think about it. Um, how about, do you notice, are you the peacemaker of the group? Are you the person that can help with the conflicts? It is important to recognize patterns. It's a key to understanding your default modes of operation. So, how are you responding? What's your pattern? Self awareness doesn't stop at identifying what you do, it involves understanding how your actions and behaviors affect those around you. So it's important. You have to do the introspection, you have to be self aware, and you really do need to take time and look at what you're doing and how you're coming off. Again, what are your triggers? How are you? And it's okay because no matter what your triggers are, if you don't like them, you can change them. Now, let's go to area two, conflict resolution skills. It is vital that you recognize the situations that you are in. So, the first step in effective conflict resolution is the ability to recognize when a situation is escalating into a conflict. This involves reading the room and picking up on those verbals, those nonverbal cues that indicate, uh-oh, there's going to be a problem. Uh-oh, there's tension around. Conflict involves strong emotions and biases. So, having good conflict resolution skills means that you can take that step back and assess the situation objectively, separating the problem from the situation, or the problem from the people that are involved in the situation. So I want you to have a solution oriented approach. And this is a proactive role you take in seeking an amicable solution. It means going beyond merely identifying the issues to actively brainstorming and negotiating solutions that are acceptable for all parties. I would love to go into more detail, but for time's sake, I'm just going to go on to the next one, which we're still talking about conflict resolution. I need you to have a solution oriented approach, but I also need you to understand mediation skills. So sometimes conflicts involve more than just you or another party. In these instances, the ability to mediate between multiple parties is mm, it's priceless. So, the ability to mediate between multiple parties and facilitate a conversation, that actually leads to resolution. So, conflict resolution is a crucial ability, a crucial skill set for various reasons. It's going to enhance your team dynamic by promoting cohesion, productivity, while reducing stress. Hear me, it's going to help you. Conflict resolution, although it may seem like it's stressful, it's how you handle it. But in the end, it reduces stress and it helps when it comes to employee retention. Introspection helps you to identify personal biases. And that's something that I said at the beginning when it comes to conflict resolution. We are talking about strong emotions and biases. And so it's great if you're able to identify where is that coming from. And so, recognizing these things, you can identify the bias, the triggers that can affect your approach to the situation. You can constructively approach it and be able to de escalate situations. And it helps you to advance in your own career. Can you imagine if you're a master at conflict resolution, how beneficial that is for your organization, how beneficial that is for your team. So, developing your conflict resolution skills through introspection, you are essentially becoming a better leader, a better communicator. And this area of focus enables you to build stronger relationships. It helps you to foster a positive work environment and position yourself as someone who is capable of handling the challenges that comes with career advancement. Now, last thing that we like to cover is going to be communication style adaptability. So, adaptability is another key thing when it comes to communication. To achieve adaptability, versatility is crucial. The ability to switch your communication style based on the situation. So, does that mean that you come at everybody the same way? Absolutely not. You do need to know how to come in soft. You need to know how to have command presence. You need to know when you need to diffuse situations. You need to know when you need to be the hype man in the situation. You need to know all of this in order to continue to be adaptive, to make sure that you're versatile. So, to achieve a tailored messaging, it's important to frame the message in a way that resonates with your audience. Knowing when to provide crucial feedback and how to speak to different individuals is a key to success. Team members, every team member different. Some team members, matter of fact, I was speaking to someone and they were like, you know what, you, not me, but they were talking about an individual. You came across as a really, really, really strong. Strong to them meant a little bit mean, I guess I would say strong to that particular person was mean. And yet the another person that was in that same meeting was like, no, they were just very, very direct. So it's important. Your communication style needs to be adaptive. And when you're working with the team, it's so crucial to know your team because you need to know how you communicate and what people receive better, how what motivates one definitely doesn't motivate another. Tone, your tone sensitivity is equally as important as the words that you say. Being aware of your tone, whether it's empathetic, whether it's authoritative, or maybe on any given day, it could be lighthearted. We need all of these approaches, and we need to be able to maneuver through all of the approaches. So I know that I've been in general over the past 6 days emphasizing leadership is all about influence to effectively influence a diverse range of people. It's important that your communication style is adaptive. It really is important. This not only makes you more impactful as a leader, but it helps with your career flexibility. Your supervisor's supervisor wants to know that you know how to communicate with people and more than people that just look like you. We want that whole DEIBA. If you missed that, please go back and make sure that you see that particular video. But we want you to be able to communicate with all. Let me go. So, adapting your communication style can help prevent misunderstandings from escalating into conflicts. So, for example, taking a diplomatic approach can prevent hurt feelings, and this is so important in the workforce, or defensive reactions. We spoke about people who were defensive earlier. Additionally, understanding your go to communication style and its effectiveness. That's important. Different circumstances again requires different responses, and knowing what your natural go-to style is will help you to be able to hone in what's needed right now. Is it this style, or do I need to flex to another style? So by honing your ability to adapt your communication style, you're not only becoming a more effective communicator, but also a more effective leader. And that is where we want to be. The introspection required to master this skill will serve you as you seek career growth and strive to make positive impacts in your personal and professional environments. So let's talk about gift giveaways. Listen, at least once a week, I am giving away a gift. I need you to head to use the QR code, or you can look for Next Level Progression Tribe. But in 30 days, 30 points, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to give you everything that you have need of. And I have curated special things for you to be able to advance on purpose. So make sure that you go to the Facebook group so you can be in the know and you can receive it, because I'm not placing that on the business page. The free gifts are in the Facebook group, and I would love for you to have access to it. I would also love for you to even have access to me in a different way as well. So definitely please use that QR code or QR, yes, code, and I will see you in the Facebook group. And so, with that, the art of introspection, focusing on self awareness, conflict resolution skills, communication style, adaptability. These are not just skills, they are tools for your professional development and tools that you can use right now. You don't have to necessarily wait until you are at work to practice these things. I know I said this on another one of our lives. You don't have to wait. If you notice the story that I told about myself, I wasn't at work. I didn't blow up at work. I blew up just because I don't even know if ended up being late, but because I thought I was going to be late, I blew up. I took something that was such a minute thing and I blew that up. So I practice at home, and my practice at home has had me I mean, literally, it has catapulted me into my career because I don't blow up. People look at me now and they're just like, things just roll off of your back, pretty much. But that didn't come over night. That came through lots of practice. So I urge you to practice. Practice at work, practice with your friends, practice on your family. Practice, practice, practice. And don't beat yourself up if you say you're not going to do such and such and then you do it again. Keep working on it, keep diving. You are worth the practice. You are worth the end result. The art of introspection empowers us to take control of our own progression. After all, the first step in mastering communication with others is mastering communication with ourselves. This process is really about you learning yourself, even on a more deeper level. So I would like to end with a quote. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. Oprah Winfrey. Listen, living the life of your dreams is so much better than wishing you woulda, shoulda, coulda. And I'm telling you, you can take your career to the next level. It may take a little bit of work, but you're not afraid of hard things. So you can do this. Thank you. I look for you to join me tomorrow for more insights, great nuggets. It is my goal to help you to move up in your career. You deserve to advance on purpose. My name is Miranda Denise Watson, and I help mid career women level up to executive level positions. I'll see you tomorrow.